Hello to Winnie, Sterling, James, Roman, and Cleo. Well, today we are going to read a new story. Some of the words in the story are going to be and, A-N-D. You and I are going to hear this story. There's a big monkey in the story, and he is a superhero. I think when he goes outside, or maybe he's in the house. But even though he looks big on the cover, I think he really is a little monkey. And he can jump down, and he can jump up. So I am going to read the story, and I think you will like it. We are going to hear the story, and yes, there could be a mom in this story. Or, let's see, our mom will be a she, and she was happy. I don't think there's anybody's birthday in the story. We'll have to read to see if there's a dog, or a dad, and me, I shall read the story. Day, not is probably in this book. After and before. The number 1, no, were, and of course the number 2, but also to read, and too much going on. So, before we read, I'll say, I love you. And we're going to ask, what is this book? It is a story about, A-B-O-U-T, about the Super George. What? Who's Super George? Well, Super George is Curious George. Super George. Look at that cape. Oh, look at gloves, goggles. Cool monkey. Okay, let's turn this and read this together. Okay. Well, Curious George, Super George. Maybe I should turn it this way because that light might be too bright. Let's try turning it this way. Okay. What a super show! Looks like George and his pal here are looking at the Super Bear show. And eating, could be peanuts. Monkeys do like peanuts. Okay, so his friend says, hey, you want to be a superhero too? Great idea. Here is a super mask, and here are super gloves. And here is your super cape. Cool. Ta-da! Super George to the rescue. Hey, it's time to save the day. So, oh no, someone is taking that cake. He must be a cake robber. Super George, to the rescue. Bam, slam, wham. Ooh, look at that big, nice cake, but the cake is flying up in the air. It looks like it might have been the baker carrying that cake, see, with the baking hat. Super George, you saved the day. No, he did not. I am the baker, and I was taking that cake to a party. Oh, we're sorry. Well, it's okay. You were just trying to save the day. Oh no, a monster is chasing that lady. Super George to the rescue. Boy, that monster's quite a bit bigger than Super George, isn't he? What's this over here? Is that a camera? Zowie! Zow pow wowie! Look at him fighting that big green monster. Super George, you saved the day. No, he did not. We're actors, and we were making a movie. Oh, ouch. Okay, you were trying to save the day, and okay, we're sorry. Oh no, someone is painting all over that wall. Super George to the rescue! Bam, bam, crash, splash. Ah! He's knocking that painter right off his feet. And paint seems to be going all over the place. Super George saved the day. No, he did not. I am a painter and this is art. Oh, but it's okay. You were trying to save the day and you gave me a super idea. He says, oh, we're sorry. Don't be sad, George. You tried to save the day. Let's rest and fly this kite. Oh, up, up, and away. Go, George, go. Just be careful, or you'll run into... What's George going to run into? Wham, bam, bam, bang. Ah. Hey. That's a man with a big bag. Hey, we're sorry. We'll help you pick up your things. Wait a minute. Look at that. I know somebody who wears a hat like that. I think it's the man in the big yellow hat. A yellow hat and a monkey book and a computer. Wait. These things belong to your friend, the man with the yellow hat. Hey, hey, help, I've been robbed. Hey, Super George really did save the day. He got my hat back. And look at that. The policeman is thanking him because, look, he caught the burglar. Hey, I finished my painting, George. What do you think? We think he loves it. Because the painting is of Super George. How cool. All right. Well, I hope you like that Super George book. And it was nice and short. So, I'm going to read you a second Super George book. This is Curious George Home Run. Look, he's playing baseball. One of my favorite sports. So here we have a baseball field with first base, home plate, third base, and second base. Today, George was going to his first baseball game, and his friend Marco was playing. Marco's team was the Cubby Bears. They were playing the Tiger Babies. Marco wanted to hit a home run, so he practiced batting. Uh-oh, the scorekeeper was sick. Will you help, George? Asked the coach. Of course. George is always happy to help. Every time a team scores, you hang a new number, says Marco. Oh, that seems easy. But there were lots of numbers. George waited and waited. Sometimes baseball moves very slowly. By the third inning, there were still no numbers to hang. Finally, there was some action. Marco got a hit. His teammates got one too. Marco slid onto home plate and scored 1 run. Now, George could put a number on the scoreboard. So he picked the number 5 out of the box and put it up. I think he only scored 1 run. What's going to happen here? That's the wrong number, said Marco. George pulled out another number. Oh, and he put up the number 8. Use a lower number. You need to put the numbers on order, said Marco. Order? What does order mean, says George. He was curious. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's putting the numbers in order. Marco showed George how to put the numbers in order. He said, now you try. So George practiced putting numbers in order, and he kept score until the game was tied at 4-4. George heard a lot of noise coming from the snack counter. Hey, he could help handing out snacks. So here we have numbers here on the snacks. I see a 12, a 14, a 17. George handed out the food order for number 17. Then number 14. Wait, a customer said. The number 14 comes before 17. Yeah, and 12 comes before 13. So I think he's got the orders all in different orders than they're supposed to be. The numbers are all mixed up. George was confused. Do you know your numbers? The girl at the snack bar asked. Well, he counted on his fingers from 1 to 10. Well, here's how to find out what comes after 10, she said. She held her hand over the 1 and the number 11, and the 1 and the number 2. So look, after 11 comes 12. Now George knew that 11 comes before 12, just like 1 comes before 2. So he gave the customer their snacks in the right order. Okay, 11, 12, and 13. He put those in the right order. When George returned to the game, Marco was at bat, but he had hurt his foot. George was going to run the bases for Marco. He'll hit, and George will run the base for him. If Marco got 3 strikes, he would be good out. So there's strike 1. Strike 2. Correct. Marco hit the ball hard. George had to run very fast. George made it around the bases, and it was Marco's first home run. George was happy to change the scoreboard. The Cubby Bears won the game 5-4. So, well, George had to learn the rules of the game. And here are some baseball facts for all of the baseball fans. 2 teams play against each other. There are always 9 players on the field. A pitcher, a catcher, a player at first, second, third base, players at left, right, and center field, and a shortstop. 9 innings in a baseball game. So 9 players, 9 innings. The winning team is the one that scores the most runs after the end of 9 innings. A team scores a run when a player crosses home plate. Each team has 3 outs per inning. An out is made when a batter gets 3 strikes. A strike means the batter swung in but missed the ball. So 3 outs. To get an out, 3 strikes. A player is out if a player in the field catches a ball before it touches the ground, or a player doesn't get to the next base before the ball does. There are other ways to make an out, but these are the most common. 3 bases on the baseball field plus home plate. If the batter hits a ball and makes it to first base, that's called a single. If he hits the ball and makes it to second, it's called a double. And when he hits the ball and makes it to third, it's a triple. But you might already know if the player hits the ball far enough away, usually right out of the ballpark, to make it to home plate, that is a home run. Play ball is what they say at the start of the game. So, and that's how he learned how to keep score, by learning how to put his numbers together. So that's Curious George and the home run. Okay, well, I hope you liked our Curious George stories today, and that you're having a fun day enjoying the sunshine. And I love you all. Bye-bye.